Hello, I'm going to start talking about sea and ocean pollution. You might be tired of hearing things of it, but I think that is never enough, and none of us is actually aware of the huge problem that it is. Each year, 8 billion of pounds of trash and other pollutions enter the ocean. The majority of pollution that make their way into the ocean come from human activities, the equivalent of nearly 57,000 blue whales. There is more plastic than fish. 70% of the ocean garbage actually sinks to the seafloor, meaning we're unlikely to ever be able to clean it up. Heavy metals and other contaminants can accumulate in seafood, making it harmful for humans to consume. Water bottles, drinking straws, and yogurt containers, among 8 billion metric tons of the plastic items that are in the oceans, won't be degraded. They can persist in the environment for a millennium. We have an important case of sea pollution near Totana. The Mar Menor is dying due to a lot of factors, like the big amount of agricultural fertilizers that end up in the sea, all the hotels that surround it, or the lot of boats that sail in it. A lot of fish suffocating had appeared on the beach, and all of this had happened because of the human activities, after several years of continuous contamination. Your actions matter too. By changing simple actions, you can make a big difference, like being more mindful of your plastic consumption. Fabric bags or metal straws are some options to replace plastic. You can organize or participate in a cleanup of your local beach, or just don't throw garbage when you go to it. Reduce waste and conserve water. We can live thanks to it. Of course, recycle. The oceans need you to spread the word. Finally, you can support an ocean charity or organization. It's not that difficult.
Now I'm talk about air pollution. The pollution in the air is a mixture of solid particles and gases. The main pollutants are automobile emissions, chemical compounds from factories, dust, pollen, and mold spores may be suspended as particulate matter. Ozone, a gas, is a component of air pollution in cities. When it forms air pollution, it is called smog. Natural disasters such as hurricanes and floods can leave large amounts of debris that burn during clean-up efforts. It's very unhealthy to inhale this smoke. It can cause breathing problems, shortness of breath, or chest tightness. Also, if you have any respiratory problem, you should consult your doctor. Some air pollution are toxic. Breathing them can increase the health problems. People with heart or lung disease, older adults, and children can have heavy problems because of air pollution. This is inside buildings too. Nowadays, we have to live away from our friends and family because of coronavirus. We have to wear a mask and keep our distance to avoid becoming infected. Small substances of the coronavirus are also contaminating our breathing air, so we should ventilate enclosed space and have ventilation system to renovate the air. In Murcia, there are a lot of automobile emissions of gas due to this. Older adults and children have breathing problems, cancer, or chest thickness. The cows expulse about 200 grams of methane per day, and that is equivalent to 5 kilograms of carbon dioxide. Some scientists estimate that a cow generates 4 times more than a car. The combustion of coal, oil, and gas, raw materials, occurs mainly in the processes or operation of the industrial and road transport sector. To avoid all this, there are solutions like go in public transport to reduce the emission of carbon dioxide, buy electric cars, put ventilation system in closed rooms. Because of coronavirus, it's very important to renovate the air, have plans to purify the air, use environmentally friendly cleaning products, and reuse and recycle at home.
And finally, my partner Angie and I are going to talk about something very important, soil pollution. In case you don't know, soil pollution is a reality that consists of the accumulation of substances and negatively affects the behavior of our soil. That is, soil pollution is the accumulation of substances in the soil. And you ask yourself, why soil pollution occurs? Well, soil pollution is due to multiple reasons, such as when we throw some paper or waste on the ground, the development of the industry as it generates a large amount of waste that can remain on the ground, agriculture because it uses products that pollute the soil, and much more.
Soil contamination causes a long list of consequences and effects, such as damage to health. Soil pollution increases the chance of contracting diseases, such as pneumonia, cancer, etc. Worse crops. The soils are no longer as fertile as they were at first. Desertification. Soils stop producing and can no longer be used for planting. Impact on the economy. And finally, disappearance of species. Due to the change that occurs in the environment, it is no longer evitable for certain species. An example of soil pollution is a study carried out here in Murcia by students from the Polytechnic University of Cartagena, in which they discovered that 92% of sheep's feces have microplastic that they consume when eating grass from the ground. Solutions to prevent soil pollution. Use of renewable energy such as wind, solar, hydraulic energy, etc. Don't throw waste off the ground and throw it in bins near you. Use organic and ecological products. These products are very beneficial for you and for the planet. If you have a small garden, use certain biofertilizers which improve the fertility of the soil without putting it at risk. And finally, reuse everything you can, especially plastic containers, because they take a long time to disintegrate.
Solutions to prevent soil pollution. Use of renewable energy, such as wind, solar, hydraulic energy. Don't throw waste on the ground and throw it in bins near you. Use organic and ecological products. These products are very beneficial for you and for the planet. If you have a small garden, use certain biofertilizers, which improve the fertility of the soil without putting it at risk. And finally, reuse everything you can, especially plastic containers, because they take a long time to disintegrate.